Hey, g'day guys. Here I am live at the War Masters singles here at the WTC 2024. We've finished the first two rounds for the day. This round finished a little bit early for me, so I thought I'd hit you guys with a bit of an update. I am playing in the teams event this year as well, so I'm going to be very busy. So unfortunately, unlike last year, I won't be doing a ton of regular updates for you guys, and I'm not vlogging the whole experience because my priority has to be on making sure that my team get my full attention, and I just dropped my phone. But yeah, so I won't be doing as much updates as I did in the previous year. However, my good friend Dalton from the Risky Rollers is taking the reins for me, and he's going to be doing updates on the Team Australia Facebook page, as well as a live vlog over on Risky Rollers on YouTube. So if you want to keep up to date, I'll be featuring on that a bunch, but that's a really good way to keep up to date with the happenings here at the WTC. As for my games so far, I've played two games. First one was into a Drakari list. I'm running the World Leaders, the one that you would have seen probably talked about at small places on the internet by now. It's 30 World Leaders Terminators. Now, I haven't done any content on this list specifically because we were keeping it secret. We didn't want people copying our ideas or people sort of investing time into figuring out what the list does, so we've kept it secret, but I will be doing a ton of content as soon as we get back about the thought process, what the list does, how the list works, all those sort of things. But it's essentially there's a World Leaders list with no Angron, no Exalted 8-bound. It's just Khan as the Warlord, 10 Berserkers for Khan, a Rhino for Khan, and there's 10 Berserkers. Then we've got a single unit of 5 Berserkers. They're just like a trading piece that's going to go out and kill some shit off objectives, blood surge into some stuff, whatever. They're a relatively cheap trading piece. They've got 3 units of 10 Jackals. We've specifically not taken Spawn because the Jackals have a larger footprint. And part of the purpose of these units is to screen things out, block people, move block, prevent people from charging Terminators when I don't want them to, that sort of stuff. And they do that just way better than Spawn. And also, when I do present them, the way I play this is very cagey, so chances are when I'm presenting them, they're the only thing I'm presenting, in which case the fact that they're not as tough as Spawn doesn't really matter because people are just going to put their whole army into that Spawn, so that's the idea there. So 3 units of 10 Jackals, and then we've got 2 units of 3 regular 8-bound. That's so that we have something that can scout, so that we can still threaten that turn 1 charge, so that our opponent can't disrespect it. And then also they provide that reroll 1s, which is really, really good on the rest of the list. And they have 3 damage, strength 10 attacks on the sergeant, so they're really good into the meta. And then we round the list out. The bulk of it is 3 units of 10 World Leaders Terminators. And I'll go into some more detail on that later, because I don't want people scouting this and figuring out what our tricks are. But suffice to say, those Terminators are fucking tough, and they're fast, and they hit hard. So they're just an all-round very good unit. When you got 10 bodies with a 2-up save, 4-up invulnerable save, 6-up Furno Pain, with the capacity to neg 1 damage, very hard to kill. And when they go with +2 move and advance and charge, they can move 13 inches and then declare a charge. So they're like Terminators that are as fast as like a jump pack infantry. They're fast and they're tough. And then they charge with strength 10 attacks that are AP 2 damage on all the power fists. So they hit fucking hard. They're just crazy. They're so good. And I've been talking about this for a while in small circles, but now it's time. WTC's here. Tech's out of the bag. Terminators are the new hot shit for World Leaders. As for my games, first game was into a Drakari matchup, which was a matchup I was a little concerned about because it's got so much MSU and all of my armies wrapped up in these big Terminator bricks. They really needed to do a lot of work. I ended up getting a 20-0 win, a massive win for me. My opponent actually clocked out at the start of his turn 4, but I let him finish the game anyway because I really wanted to see what the rest of his army did, because at that stage he hadn't brought Lilith out of her transport yet. Drazar hadn't really done much yet. So I was like, I don't want to just win now without you having used your important playing pieces. So I let him keep playing it. We played it out. But, yeah, that was a massive win for me. And then the second game, which I've just finished, was into Tau, Koyon list. He had 2 Riptides, Ghost Keel, 3 Hammerheads, a big suit of missiles, big unit of missile suits with a commander in it. And then a bunch of Piranhas, trading pieces, Kroot, that sort of stuff. And that was another 20-0 win to me, so another massive win, which is really good to see. And basically, the thing about the Kion Tau is they want to hold and wait until like turn 3, 4, and 5 to do their damage, right? But so do I. And the thing is, what I do is I just hide the Terminators. I make sure you can't see them, can't shoot them. One's in deep strike, ready for a rapid ingress. The other two are hidden. And it's like, cool, he does no damage to me until turn 3. I do no damage to him until turn 3. But I'm throwing 8-bound, I'm throwing Jackals, I'm throwing units of 5 Berserkers. I'm denying all of his primary. Whilst if he shoots me off, I can sticky the objective. So he actually has to move something else out, then kill me. But then he's moved something else out, so then I send Jackals after that. And basically we keep trading back and forth until turn 3. And then basically I just rapid ingress one unit of Terminators, advance and charge out the other two, and just hit him with 30 Terminators at once, and just like killed everything except for like the 2 Riptides and the Ghost Keel. Basically everything else was dead. And then like the 2 Riptides, the Ghost Keel, and the suits, they focused all of their fire and killed 1 unit of Terminators. But then Khan and his Berserkers come out, and then the other 2 units of Terminators go in and pick him all up. So he was tabled by turn 4. Absolutely fucking brutal game. But yeah, 2 massive wins, so it's a really strong start. If anything, probably too strong, because now I'm very likely to get paired into, some of the other big names at the tournament, and that always makes life a little bit more difficult than it needs to be. But yeah, I'm very excited. Like, look behind me, this is a absolutely massive event. There's so many people here. This hall is fucking gigantic. And yeah, WTC is always a blast. They do some really cool stuff. Like this year, they've got this area set up the front where teams are going to get photos, where you've got like all this really cool printed art to make it look like it's the inside of like a ship. We've got our good mate Josh Diffie is wanted. We've also got good friend of the channels, Adam Camilleri, is wanted. So that's cool as shit. And then there's also a whole bunch of props for photos. I got dibs on the chain axe. So yeah, WTC is an absolute blast. The TOs are fantastic. The judges are fantastic. Tables, terrain. The only criticism I'd have is that it's fucking hot. But what can you do? There's only so much they can do about that. But yeah, so if you ever find yourself able to check it out, definitely do. And I'll hit you guys up with some more updates throughout the week when I can. Alright, thanks for tuning in, guys. See ya. Anyway, stop.